Testing, testing, one, two, one, two. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Chanel's Reality. On Chanel's Reality, we talk about hot topics, we talk about celebrity news, but mostly we talk about what I love the most. Well, I wouldn't say I love the most, but if I'm going to watch TV, I love to watch reality TV. I've been watching since, I don't know, I guess it seems like it's been 20 years. I'm like, I'm really old, just saying. But I started watching when Kim Kardashian, I didn't know who she was. All I know is I was watching Cribs. That's how old I am. And she was on an episode, and she was saying, "Yeah, my dad has real gold or real bling because he won the what do you call those things? Olympian Bruce Jenner, who is now Caitlyn Jenner, I believe." But um, I was like, "Who is she? Who's Kim?" So I found out later that she had a whole thing, which we won't even go into. But I say that to say this. I love it because it feels like you kind of get invested. It's like, okay, I know this person's personality or this or that. Now we know it's all very produced, so to speak, because you're not just showing up at some restaurant with 10 people and 13 camera crew people. You're not, right? So we know that it's all pre produced, but they try to convince us it's not. So, anyways, tonight we're going to recap. That's the thing I do. We do recaps on Chanel's Reality. And I want to say this, guys. Please, please, please subscribe. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the notification button. So anytime I upload a new video, if I go live, you guys will be notified. It's a free and easy way to support my channel, and also other YouTubers or other people, content creators on YouTube. It'll kind of feed them into you as well, and you can kind of decide what you like and what you don't like. And so if it's going to reference me to someone, it's probably because they all of that and in a bag of chips. I'm just saying. That just dated me because when did we say that, in 1992 maybe? Anyways, so yes, tonight we're gonna recap Married to Medicine. This is season 10, episode 11, and Phaedra Parks is now on this show. I'll just say this one little quick thing. I didn't like Phaedra on The Real Housewives of Atlanta. I just never. I don't know what it was. I don't. I think this is what I think. Phaedra, if you listen, come to the front. I'm a Leo, so I pretty much can handle anyone or can get along with anyone, but some people disturb my peace. But I think what was disturbing my peace, particularly with Phaedra, was I feel like she was very sheltered and guarded, right? Not sheltered in the sense of like how she grew up, but I think both of her parents were pastors or something like that. But what I mean by sheltered is, and really it's more guarded. I feel like when she got cast for this show, and her and Apollo, at that point she was pregnant, and then I'm not going to get into the whole pregnancy scandal thing, but from the jump we kind of knew, okay, Phaedra's a liar because she's lying about her due date, and it's kind of hard to trust anything after that when you're lying about your due date. But Phaedra's from the South. She's from Atlanta, I think, or Georgia, or Athens, or something. I'm from Houston, Texas. So I grew up in a similar area or era, rather, ERA, than Phaedra, where you just didn't get pregnant out of wedlock, and you certainly didn't do it if your mama and your daddy are pastors, or even just there was one pastor, you don't do it, right? So when she got pregnant, although she was a whole attorney, had a whole life doing big things in her city and all that, and in her career, she still felt that sense of pride, and that her parents instilled in her, and they just wanted her to do it the biblical way. So Phaedra, love you, but she was lying to us. So I think because of that, she became very guarded. Because then the next big thing on the show was when I forget his name. He used to hang out with Sheree. He does hair, Lawrence. So when Lawrence, I think they was at the grand opening. I could be wrong about this, but I think it was the grand opening of what was it called? Bar One, that's now Bar None, but that's another story for another day. And Apollo came with Phaedra. They kind of, like, I think, walked in or arrived together. And Lawrence was sitting with the other girls on the show. I think Cynthia was there. I forget who else was there, but I think for sure Cynthia was there. I don't think Kenya had come on the scene yet. I don't think either that or she wasn't there, and maybe Candy was there. But anyways, Miss Lawrence was like, "Oh, I know him. Y'all don't know Apollo? Yeah, I met him. He's besties with." I'm paraphrasing, or talking in part. He's really good friends with my good friend. Is sort of what he said, and then of course the producers. I didn't know it then, right? But now I'm like, okay, yeah, your producer sat Miss Lawrence right there so he could spill his tea, and I'm here for it. But he was like, oh yeah, he just got out of jail. So immediately I'm like, whoa, probably like with the rest of us, like, oh shit, kind of thing. Um, and I think because of that, she was always on guard, like 24/7. Phaedra is the quintessential housewife that has things going on, but she's never gonna let you in. Like even I think Claudia Jordan, like maybe season 9 or 10 or 11, I don't remember, um, was on, and I think Claudia was trying to like build some sort of rapport with her, and Phaedra wasn't having it because Phaedra is just very guarded about her personal life, and I understand that. I would say I'm somewhat guarded about mine, but I share what I think is if it's necessary, if it's going to help someone. Phaedra just, I think there are skeletons in her closet, and like I say all the time, please just use your Miranda rights. Just shut the hell up. Be very clear. Just shut the hell up. And also, if you have so many skeletons in your closet, just maybe don't come on reality TV. But again, I digress. So we're going to jump into Married to Medicine. So again, this is season 10, episode 11. We're going to just start off with Phaedra. So Phaedra's son, oh, I forgot his little name. I think he's, see the Prince Aiden. I think that's his name, Aiden. I don't understand what's going on with Aiden's hair. Sidebar. The reason I like Phaedra now is because she's no longer married to Apollo. I think she doesn't have to put on that show, and with the women in Atlanta, the housewives, she had to put on a show because all of these women are accomplished. All of them are strong. All of them, probably on some level have businesses and things like that. So Phaedra couldn't let them see her sweat. And because of that, I don't think she was able to kind of like be herself. But now on Married to Medicine, I was very skeptical. I was just like, why? She ain't married to medicine. No shade, but I'm just saying. It just didn't make sense to me. It felt very much like we want to pay this lady because we like her on TV, and there is no way we're gonna get her back on Atlanta because Kandi ain't having it, and I ain't mad at Kandi. But so we'll put her over here on Married to Medicine. I was very skeptical, but listen, season 10, is it season 10 or season 11? Season 10, I think. Episode 1, listen, within the first 3 minutes, I was like, oh yes, y'all understood the assignment, okay? The producers, the production company, good job. Cast, everybody, they understood the assignment. So I say that to say this. Now, she just fit right in, like literally like a glove. She just fit right in. It was almost as if she was there the whole time, which I found very refreshing. And so what I was gonna say is, shout out to her because her sets. This I don't know if this is the first scene. It's maybe the second scene when Phaedra. She's having a birthday party. I think her son was turning 13. And listen, I'm a whole Leo. I've said it before. I am made for 5-star hotels and room service. Please understand, bitch. Just saying. She ain't wearing these Fendi shades for nothing, honey. Okay? She's that girl. Anyway. So I loved it because like when you were coming into wherever her house, it's kind of like you're going through like this like sidewalk that's kind of curvy. It's really kind of cute, and she had all the stars. I was just like, yes. And then she had like, I mean, it was a real production. Whoever she hired, to do it, it was very. I think it was very on brand for Phaedra. It wasn't. It was over the top, but it was like just enough, right? So you knew she spent a couple of stacks, getting that together. And why not? You know what I mean? The only thing I was a little disappointed with is that I really wanted to see his father, their father there. I was just kind of like, but maybe they didn't have enough money to afford Apollo, maybe, or maybe just Phaedra's just like he ain't contributing to this. I don't know why he wasn't there, but I did think I was hopeful that would have been a situation, but maybe they did something separate. So I thought, shout out to Phaedra, she understood the assignment, she did it right. So at this event, which is ridiculous, but Dr. Heavenly is who she is, right? She is the pastor for the Messy Housewives. I shouldn't say that. The Married to Medicine crew. Dr. Heavenly is invested in the mess. Let's be clear. Sorry, y'all. I keep feeling like there's hair all over my face or something. But anyway, Dr. Heavenly is invested in the mess, which makes her perfect for reality TV. So, of course, she wants to discuss this conversation that happened previously, which was about. So they were at an event. Dr. Heavenly and Dr. Damon had an event. It was kind of like I would say like a networking event for doctors, attorneys, heavy hitters, people from the profession, like a certain profession. And they had a lot of people there, and so like I said, so they can network. While they were there, at some point, Simone, Dr. Simone stands up and she's just kind of like, or she gets everybody together and she's just kind of like, well, I've decided I want to do a couples trip. And we're going to go to, I don't even remember what the name of it, Hidden Hill or something like that. I wouldn't go there. But, anyways, somewhere I think in North Carolina, where the problem is this location is where Curtis, so Curtis is Dr. Jackie's husband. I still haven't figured out what his job is. Just saying. Because he goes to the DR. This is crazy. Let's just sidebar for a second. What's bananas to me? So you cheated on me in an age of social media, right? Where everybody has a camera on their phone. Extra sidebar. When I was like 19, no, I wasn't. I had been like mid 20s. I remember standing in the store. It's called Sprint. I think Sprint and somebody merged now, so I don't think there's another Sprint. But anyways, standing in line there for whatever it was. I don't know if I was buying a phone, paying a bill, something like that. And I remember there was this white guy, like just in earshot of me, and he was talking to someone, and he was saying, "Yeah, they're gonna be, the next big thing is they're gonna be putting cameras on phones." And I just thought, this is my whole Leo because I know more than everybody, and I'm always right. She's always right. She is, but she was wrong in this situation. And I remember he said that, and I just thought, that's so stupid. Why would you need a camera on your phone? Like, why? Who's gonna be walking around with a camera on their phone? Like, it just didn't make any sense to me. Mind you, I was probably like 23, 24, maybe. Oh my God, how I wish he would have been like, you need to invest. I'd be so paid right now. But anyway, so back to my sidebar of the sidebar. So the ladies are sitting down with Simone, and basically Simone says that she's planning a couples trip and it's going to be in this Hilton, I don't know, wherever it is. It's somewhere in, I think, North Carolina or South Carolina. And it happens to be the same location where Dr. Curtis, Lord Jesus, where Curtis, Dr. Jackie's husband, took his whole, he had a whole scandal. I'll say it like that. I'm just going to be nice to Dr. Jackie. Even though, she did call out Buffy and say, Buffy's barren and didn't, no, what did she say? Buffy is infertile. That's what she said, allegedly. So Dr. Jackie immediately realizes, oh snap, she's trying to take us on a couples trip to, where my husband had his, mistress or whatever. And, Dr. Heavenly is on her job. Listen, she is there to earn a check. Let's be very clear. Dr. Heavenly clocks in every single Sunday or Monday or whenever it is that they come out. She clocks in. And so she clocked in. She put her little time clock, clock, clock. Okay? Dr. Heavenly, shout out to Dr. Heavenly. Love her, but she is messy. She's a whole messy mess. Let's be clear. Erica De Niro. Hey, Erica De Niro. Brooke Ashley told me about you about a year ago, so I follow you and I sometimes listen to you. But I think you're cool people. So Dr. Heavenly, like I said, she clocks into work and she's basically going in on Simone. She just wants to make a moment with Simone about, she wants to, like, I don't know why she still feels like, I don't know what it is, but I think Dr. Heavenly is kind of territorial about her friends. And I also think Dr. Simone as well, especially people she holds really close, which is why I think for so long, I don't think Dr. Simone and Dr. Jackie's friendship has ever recovered from when Dr. Simone didn't support Dr. Jackie when she was getting drugged about saying the Buffy is infertile thing in the manner that Dr. Jackie felt she should have. And it's unfortunate because I do think they had a real friendship, but I think when you have real friendships like that and someone doesn't live up to your expectation or doesn't do something that you want them to do or feel like they should have done, specifically when you're down and out, I get it. I understand it. It's hard to kind of get that back. And Dr. Heavenly, in my opinion, wants to make sure that Dr. Jackie knows that Dr. Heavenly has her back. Okay, honey? She has her back, her whole back, honey. Okay, let's be very clear. So of course she out here, out here in these Atlanta streets talking mess to Dr. Simone and going on, why would you do that? You need to change it and this, that, and the third. And I 100% agree with Heavenly. But I only agree with Heavenly because I'm a reasonable person and I would never do that to my friend. I certainly wouldn't do it intentionally. And if I realized after that this is problematic, we're going somewhere else. We're going to Florida. We're going to go to New York. We're going somewhere else. We're not going to this particular town in South Carolina. And let's be clear, what the hell is in South Carolina besides Myrtle Beach? And golf. That's all I know. Just saying. Bravo. you NBC, all of y'all, who else? Truly Original, come to the front. What are y'all doing with y'all money? I'm trying to understand. Are y'all giving it all to the production crew? Because I don't understand why the Married to Medicine people, the smartest people on Bravo, period, point blank, in terms of like what they do, the doctors. Why I'm trying to understand why they not going to Dubai. I've been to Dubai and I ain't even on the Housewives. Let's keep it a book, okay? Why don't they go to Paris or Italy or Mykonos or Turks and Caicos or hell Cancun? Why y'all going to Austin, Texas with the Atlanta house? Not the Atlanta Housewives. Who are they? The Housewives of Potomac. That's listen. Y'all giving cheap date vibes. You know what y'all giving? Y'all giving what is the Grandon's husband's name? The Black Bill Gates, when he was trying to he took her out to eat breakfast or lunch or something. She was like, "You better get off the happy hour menu, but don't be acting like I'm some side chick, okay?" I was like, "Yes." I feel like that's what Bravo is doing. I don't know if they like, look, y'all can either get paid this much money or y'all can go on fabulous, vacations. But let's be clear, I've never seen Beverly Hills literally just go up the street. Never, never. So either y'all saying Beverly Hills has the real money and these people don't, because it's the whole set of housewives shows that y'all ain't doing right. So we don't want to see them go to South Carolina or North Carolina. We don't want to see none of that. We want to see them go to fabulous places, like places that this is the whole thing. If we're tuning in to a network and reality shows where you're saying the premise is we're supposed to be following around socialites and people who have disposable income and 3 4 homes around the world and can get on private jets and go into a store and drop 10 20 stacks, then that's what we want to see. Okay, we want to see the Chanel, the Louis Vuitton, the Hermes. We want to see all of that, all of it, and then some. I want to daydream about. Oh my God, I wonder what that's like to go on a private jet. Which Chanel's reality, she will be. Okay, I'm gonna put it all on YouTube when I do it. I am going to go. I don't know if it's going to be in the next year or two, but I'm definitely going to fly on a private plane somewhere. Okay, so like I said, Dr. Heavenly's over there being messy and trying to make sure that Simone knows that that's terrible, and she just I can't with Dr. Heavenly, but I still do love her. Um, Another thing that happens, not exactly in this particular scene, but the ladies are sitting there and they're with the lady named Dr. Alicia, I believe is her name. They kind of have Dr. Alicia in the background a little bit, but I don't know why that is, because when you hear people talk, like I think on the after show, or I think I've heard Dr. Heavenly talk a little bit about Dr. Alicia and how she really thinks Dr. Alicia is very interesting and she's not very quiet, and she just maybe gets cut out, kind of like Crystal does from Beverly Hills. Um, but they give Dr. Alicia, I feel like at this point, but what are we on, episode 11 or something? They finally giving her something where she can really have a conversation. So they have a little scene earlier. They're talking about her husband and her and how, who's caring for the baby. It's not very interesting, but, it is what it is. They want to show her home life. But the conversation that is being had at this moment is Toya. What they call her, Tacky Toya? Hey, Toya, shout out to Toya. I can't with Toya. But only because she does have, listen, Toya, I tell everybody, I am made for 5-star hotels and room service. Okay, so I like the high life. I'm a Leo. I like all opulent things. Let's be very clear. Okay, top tier wherever I'm going. Okay, I get that, but it's like I want you to have some grace, have a little bit of understanding. Like I get that you had your 2.5 kids or whatever the case may be, and you feel like you earned this, and you take care of the family. I understand all of that. It isn't what you want; it's how you go about getting it, Toya. You just got to be, even if you're not so into it, just for the TV at least, treat your husband right. I'm not saying be phony, but the way these other housewives talk about how, or other ladies on Married to Medicine talk about how terrible you treat him, they never show us, I don't think. But if they keep saying it, they keep making a point to say it. It's like, don't lose a good guy. He seems like a guy that really loves you, loves his family, wants to make you happy. So don't make it hard for him. That's all I'm saying. And I don't know Eugene from Can of Paint, but he can cook and he a whole doctor. So that's just, listen, that just saying. Um, so again, back to Dr. Alicia. So Toya is basically saying that Dr. Alicia's husband, I believe he's a doctor too, but I forget what kind of doctor he is. I think he's like an oral surgeon or something like that. And I don't know what type of doctor she is. I feel like she works like in the ER, but Put it in the comments. I don't know. I'm not sure exactly because, like I said, they don't barely give her much airtime, anyways. But of course, they got to be messy. So Toya over here talking about basically her husband has this old school way of thinking, and he does. I feel like it's old school, but I do think there's probably a larger element of it that has to do with culture. So in whatever country he's from, I think he's from Jamaica. He could be from Nigeria. I'm not really sure, but whatever it is, wherever he's from, he has this vapid 1430s outlook of same thing with Dr. G of I'm gonna make the bacon and you get to be the woman, but you need to be quiet and you don't need to talk too much and have too much of an opinion. You know what, Dr. Alicia, and like I say this about other people too, listen, whatever works for you in your marriage, that's what you should do. So Toya, shut the hell up, because that's what's working for their marriage. And let the people be great. You listen, I ain't worried about it because can't no man tell me nothing like that. I mean, let's just be 100 with it. I got me at all times. She will be working 2, 3 jobs. You will never catch me where I'm just kind of like some man wants to step out and I can't. Please believe. I don't play like that. Bye, deuces. I don't do that. I don't do that. Number 2, number 1. I'm the only. Be clear. Okay. But yeah, so I get what Toya's saying. I get what she's saying, but again, let them people be great. Like if their marriage works, maybe you could take a. Because Dr. Alicia kind of got her in the confessional. She was just kind of like, because y'all messy over there. They not you too loud. You too this, that, and the third. And I wasn't mad at Dr. Alicia. I was like, all right. I wish you would have said that in the moment. But she kind of said something, but she didn't. She wasn't like going at Toya like how Toya would go at other people, in my opinion. But it's just kind of like I don't ever want to be a stay-at-home mom. I never wanted to be. I do know that I did want to be a kept bit back in the day, and I think because in my mind, even before reality TV came out, I wanted to be like just a woman of ladies that lunch. That's so me. And go have like macaroons somewhere. Like that is so me. Oh my god. Did that in Disney World. It's everything. Let's be clear. But ladies at lunch, ladies that go to Saks, shop, and then go up, to Saks for a drink and, maybe have a bite to eat at the restaurant. I'm that girl. She likes to do stuff like that. But what I don't like is anybody telling me what to do, and I don't want anybody to be in control of whatever my spending is. And even if you have the nicest husband and the most committed relationship or whatever, it does something to you for somebody to be like, well, how much did you spend at the grocery store? However much I needed. Let's be clear. Just saying. It's just how my mom thinks. Because I'm not your child. Okay? So whatever I got at the grocery store, believe that's what I needed. Because that's what I'm going to think if whatever you got at the grocery store. So, but it's less about the grocery store part. It's about someone, for me, it feels like you're kind of like telling your mom or your dad, I don't know. I can't. So you got to have your own coins, in my opinion. Because what if that dude don't like you no more? What if he decides in 3 years, you know what? I'm not with it anymore. Or he go find him another, whatever over to the side. Especially, on reality TV, it's a whole bunch of girls in these DMs. Let's be clear. So he does have a backwards way I won't say backwards way of thinking. He has just a very traditional cultural way of thinking. It's just not very American. That's all it is. What did I say over here? Oh. You know what? I don't know if I said this already, but I'm still trying to understand because I wrote it on my little notes here. I'm like, so many people have pointed this out, but I've been saying this since episode 1. I'm like, okay, so he didn't come to Dr. Jackie's really important event, right? But he came to the what would Dr. G having bachelorette party where you got half naked strippers and I think at some point probably fully naked strippers. You can make yourself available for that. You make sure that's on the calendar. I'm just saying. But you know what they said? I've heard people say that Atlanta is like I feel like strip clubs in Atlanta is almost like going to Chick-fil-A. That's the way it seems. Like things in Atlanta that like I would never be okay with my husband going to the strip club all the time. Never would happen. He don't even like it, so I don't know if he's ever even been in one. I have to think about it. But like if it was a one-off, like his boys getting married, whatever, go have fun. I'm not gonna tell you you can't do this or that because again, I'm not gonna be the one. I'm gonna be the only. So if you think, naked cinnamon or nutmeg from the stage is gonna listen, go live your best life. But I promise you ain't gonna get better than me. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Be clear, okay? Let's be clear. Um, so that bothers me. I hope y'all talk to Dr. Jackie about I just don't understand why he done been on this show for what is this 10 years now. I've never seen him at work that I could recall. So maybe send me the clip of when he was at work. Him and Dr. Cecil, Dr. Simone's husband. I'm just like, what? Okay, he's shown up with like a logo or something on his show, but I'm like, this is the thing. I feel like saying that your husband's in real estate. I think that saying your husband is in real estate is code for he ain't got no job. And he ain't got no job. Listen. That's what I'm saying. Because the thing is, when someone's into real estate goes up and down, so it ebbs and flows. It's not the same as saying my husband is in the oil and gas business, because we know if he's in the oil and gas business, he probably has some sort of engineering degree or something like that. But we know that does ebb and flow depending on war and things like that. So I'm just saying it's not the same as real estate. But let's just be clear. Doctor, what is his name? Dr. Simone. How many houses has he sold in the last year? Stop. Anyway, I ain't mad at y'all because they some sugar mamas. Let's be clear. People are always talking about how Kandi Burruss is a sugar mama and this, that, and the third. All I know is the two guys that I have ever known her to be with or whatever. I don't know that guy's name. Her daughter's Block, I think is his name. Apparently, he the money man. He has a job or had a job or produces people or something. Even though he didn't seem like, from the perspective of how Kandi always made it, or her daughter, or how it showed up on TV, it didn't seem like he cared, even though he had money, allegedly. And then now she's married to Todd. Todd got a job, even though Mama Joyce be out here. Listen. I can't wait for Ellen to come back. But Mama Joyce out here playing no games with nobody. She don't care. I love me some Mama Joyce. She is. I can work on Mama Joyce. Mom Joyce, I'm a therapist. So you and Kandi can come. I can give y'all some therapy. Just saying. But Todd had a job. So I never understood, of the people that we knew that Kandi dated on TV, all of them had jobs. So I don't really understand. But Dr. Cecil, not Dr. Cecil, Dr. Jackie, husband, I ain't never seen that man with a job. Tell me what does he do? Please put it down in the comments. And then who else? Mr. Simone, not Mr. Simone, Dr. Simone's husband. I never seen him with a job either. Okay, what else are we gonna talk about? So after Simone and everybody, they have this conversation about this trip that Dr. Simone is putting together, a couples trip or whatever, that's going to be down in the area where now Dr. Jackie, her ex-bestie, has to kind of deal with, nosy people and producing the show, because that's what's going to happen. And she knows it. They've been to this part of the zoo before. They completely understand how these animals work. That's what Curtis was saying. So they get back home, because Dr. Jackie's like, I'll talk to Curtis about it when we get home. They get home. She comes home from work or something. He makes a joke about, oh, you don't get home at, what happened to something about 2 a.m. or 2 p.m. She's leaving the office now early. And I'm like, let your wife be great. You don't have no job. Why you? Anyway, Dr. Jackie, let me know. Let me know if Curtis needs something to do. Why? Listen, I do believe you need to be, living your best life. And he, as your husband, certainly should be involved. And you guys should certainly, do whatever each other likes. And I do think sometimes you have to I won't say put your stuff to the side, what you love, but maybe you reduce it, because you need to add some of his stuff in there as well. And I think both ways. So if I'm needing some love and compassion and, whatever it is, when my husband be around attention, then I think he should do it the same. I think you got to reduce whatever it is that you got going on as well. So I just support equality. Is it just me, or is Dr. Jackie committed to making sure that everybody knows that if you're not skinny, you're fat? Dr. Jackie Okay, come to the front, sis. It's a whole bunch of unhealthy, skinny people. Let's stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Okay? There's a whole bunch of them. Let's just be clear. That yes, what you put in your body, is can harm you or it can make you better. But I'm not gonna go down that rabbit hole. That rabbit's hole. What did I put on here? What did I say? Dr. Jackie is. Oh, what did I put here? Listen. Oh, I put Dr. Jackie is definitely a skinny girl, elitist personality type. She is. She cloaks it in the I'm a MD, kind of like that Anna Marie lady who says that she's an anesthesiologist or nurse anesthetist or whatever over on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. That same I'm better than you, I know more than you. Dr. Jackie gives those vibes all day long. She's just a quieter box, in my opinion. Like it's the delivery is very kind of like mild mannered and things like that. But listen, Dr. Jackie being who she is since day one, when she told Dr. Heavenly, who is her resident bestie now, that she listen, Dr. Jackie is so shady. She said, "You're not even a real doctor." She said, when call me when we need to have a discussion about an abscess. No, I think she said I'll call you when I need you to answer something about an abscess, which is basically she's talking about somebody having an abscess in their mouth or something like that. Because Dr. Heavenly is a dentist. That's so disrespectful, girl. You gonna respect my type? You would see. This is why. But y'all besties now. I don't play like that. You are not going to minimize my whole 7-8 years I spent in school in dentistry school because I hold a different tool than you. Girl, stop it. It's just not right. It's so disrespectful. And then I think she told her she was fat too. So Dr. Jackie has been problematic in my opinion for many years, but somehow it didn't. It hit the fan with that Buffy situation, and then now it's resurfacing about how Dr. Jackie, she's just very elitist about health, in my opinion. Um, but I'm still proud that she did get to talk to Kamala Harris, who is our vice president of America. What did I say? Dr. Jackie. Okay, she's doing this. I put on here she has a dislike for people who are over 125 pounds. So if you're not in between 125 and 135 pounds, she's not. She's gonna tell you fat. I shouldn't say that. That's not nice. But I listen. This is just my opinion, Dr. Jackie. I'm not saying you shouldn't tell people about their health care and they should care for their bodies, but I'm just saying it's a little extra. So she gets home, she talks to Curtis about it, and Curtis is basically like, I'm not gonna go to let people pick me apart, let people so I can get picked and prodded and all of that and be, humiliated. I'm not doing that. And I respect that. But I also feel like then you shouldn't have done what you did. You're a public figure, sir. How do I know that? Because you have to sign a contract for them to put a mic on you and for you to then talk on their camera or on their microphone or whatever the case may be. So you're married to medicine and your wife is on this show. So anything you do, we all know is the moment you become famous, you got all the people sliding in the DMs and this, that, and the third. And I did feel for him a few years because the way it was presented to us, the viewers, was always Dr. Jackie's working 24/7, which is very biased. Even though I felt that, I felt like that. I was just like, yeah. But again, that's the way it was presented to us, the audience or the viewers. But let's be clear. It's only problematic because she's a woman. Let's be very, 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 very clear. If Dr. Jackie never made it to her son's baseball games, didn't go to her daughter's, cheerleading camps or cheerleading competitions, if she never took them to the doctor or wasn't really there when, needed to take the kids to the dentist and didn't participate in, school, whatever it is, our society would put the ultimate judgment on her, tell about how bad of a parent she is and how she needs to have more respect and be a true mom and a good mom. We would just tear, not me. I'm talking about our society that loves to find fault. We live in a society that loves toxic conditioning and finding fault in others. It's like these people just wake up to find fault. So the reason I say it's kind of just at the end of the day, it's very hypocritical and double standard all over it. Because if a man, if the mom is at the daughter's football games and at the football at the volleyball games and baseball games and birthday parties and whatever summer vacations, if the mom is there, people assume that you'll probably say, "Oh, my husband was working late." And if you answer with, "My husband's working late and he can't be here," people move on. Oh yeah, and then they automatically move on to, "Oh, he must be somewhere working hard for, for his to take care of his family." Meanwhile, Dr. Jackie got a whole medical degree, and we look at her like, "How dare she? How dare she work when she come home and continue to chart? How dare she try to build her practice?" If that was a man, if Bill Gates was building his practice and, or whatever, and building Microsoft, nobody would have ever said. They would have been like, to the wife, if she complained, "You need to find something to do." That's no, what they did. They would have probably told her. What did Bethany say to Jill Zarin? "Get a hobby." Shady, but love Bethany. Um, that's basically it about Dr. Jackie. What else? Yeah, I feel like there was one other thing I maybe wanted to say, but I can't recall. I'll say this: if I was Dr. Jackie, I'm not going. No, ma'am, I'm not doing that. So either you care enough about who I am and not try to humiliate me, put my husband in a situation where we've moved on or whatever the case may be. Although I don't care about his feelings. His feelings don't matter. But you should care about mine. And I do feel like Dr. Simone should immediately change the location. But also too, I'm like, is Dr. Simone on the hook? Are these people are the Bravo help, or let me see, not help. The Bravo talent, are they on the hook for these the cost of these vacations? Because I can't understand, again, why are we going to South Carolina? Why is Beverly Hills vacationing in Las Vegas? That's 5 minutes from their house. Like, stop. Like, do better. So why couldn't we then say, okay, well, we're not going to go there. We're going to go to some other fabulous place. I don't understand stuff like that. So I'm like, if Dr. Simone has paid for it, then okay, maybe. But I would think production's paying for it. So it just doesn't really make sense. And if production's paying for it, Dr. Simone, why would you choose that? That's crazy. So I'll just say this about Dr. Simone. I've never really liked her or disliked her. The only thing I would say, she was annoying because she would just always scream and yell and stuff like that. I just, her personality is not somebody I probably would get along with in real life. Just saying. She just doesn't come across as a very likable person. No shade, Dr. Simone. That to me, she just doesn't come across as, she doesn't come across as an elitist. She just comes across as that girl at school that's mean for no reason. Well, I won't even say mean, but just, I don't. What do we have in common? I wouldn't even want to get to know her, and that's sad. But there's nothing about her life that I'm like, oh, that's so super interesting. Let's be good. Her husband isn't interesting. Her kids aren't very interesting. Um, her practice, like her work and stuff, that's not very interesting. I do feel like she has a better rapport, bedside manner, or whatever with her patients. I will say that than Dr. Jackie, because you just automatically feel Dr. Jackie come in the room, you automatically feel like you overweight. Just saying. So I don't know. I do feel like she definitely spars back and forth with Dr. Heavenly. Um, but honestly, if they took her off the show, I wouldn't miss her. Same for Dr. Jackie. I wouldn't really miss her either. Um, this is kind of weird to me that, like I said earlier, Dr. Jackie told Dr. Heavenly, basically said, "You ain't even a real doctor." Andrew overweight. She's just, to me, done said some things that I'm glad that they're grown enough and mature enough or whatever to get past that. But to me, when you attack my physical whatever, you don't have any control over that, right? So I don't have any control over, I'm dark skinned and other people are not. I don't have any control over whether or not I have a skinny nose or full lips or small boobs or whatever. So it's like, why are you attacking someone's features? Like, it just doesn't make sense. We don't. Let's be clear. God made me an original. Why on earth would I be a copy? Because Dr. Jackie gives copy. Now, she's smart and she's a doctor and all that, but she definitely gives copy. She gives, I get up and I work out every day. I eat the right foods. I work really hard and whatever else. And all of those things are, admirable. And I'm not saying it's wrong, but it's like, I don't have to be a size 2 because you are. And you shouldn't say anything about it. It's none of your. If I talk to you about it, if it was like a health concern or something like that, then yeah. And I know for Dr. Jackie, she's like, it is a health concern, but I'm not. I didn't come here to ask you about my weight. I came here to ask you about. I had, some chest pains, or I'm having headaches or something else. Like, don't do that. Now, if I ask you about, what I need to do to reduce my weight, or what I should do about, I have cardiac whatever, then yeah, I want you to start talking to me about all of those things. But you're not even. I'm not. It's like that lady over there. Sutton was not at an appointment. Why are you over here asking her about, her esophagus for 13 episodes? That's Dr. Jackie. It's like, girl, they asked me, what's the reason I need to come and see Dr. Jackie? They're going to ask you, so they're going to put that in the notes. So then the doctor can prepare for your visit. So don't be giving me extra stuff if I didn't ask you for it, especially if it's mean. So, Dr. Jackie, I'm going to need you to do better. Uh, Sweet Tea. Love Sweet Tea. Shout out to Sweet Tea. We had fun. That's Brooke Ashley. Love her. Love Kempire. Love The Grace Report. Who else do I? Oh, I also love Mims. Shout out to Mims. Make It Make Sense. I've been watching him for like a year. I love him. He has just he has good vibes. He gives just good vibes, you know. And he's just smart. I can just tell through the TV. He's just like really smart and a fair-headed, level-headed. He could be everybody's friend. I like him. Um, who else do I like? Oh, Jamie, that's me. I like her. Jamie, that's me. Sometimes she gets on my nerves, but I still love her because when she be like, "Cause that's just the way you is," I'll be living for her. I live for her. I feel like she's a Leo. I feel like that's why I really, really like her. I'm very connected to her. I do. I feel like she's a Leo because she be gathering all the girls. She gathers them, and I love it. Um, so the last person I guess I'll talk about, I didn't really talk much about Sweet Tea because to me, there wasn't really much to this episode with Sweet Tea and Dr. G. He was still doing it, you know, my wife is cooking dinner for me and it's on the plate, it's just, please come into 2024 and stop it. Because I listen, you want me to have this meal here and I still got to go to work? Why you don't have a meal? Because last time I checked, Sweet Tea said she got a whole job. She works for the federal government, allegedly, or state, whoever. She works for somebody, is what she said. So I don't know why my meal ain't ready. So when you work, I'm this is the thing, this toxic conditioning. So if a man goes to work, we automatically assume that he's tired when he gets home, right? That's what we automatically assume. So I'm not tired when I get home from work. I work too. So why isn't my meal made? Hmm? I'm not hungry. I got to work all day and still come home and make my meal. Stop it. Knock it off. Knock it off. Add me in the comments if you got that life. I know I'm on one today. Okay. So yeah, they don't really have much going on in my opinion. I really do. I will say this. I never really saw it for like Dr. G when he was with Claude. And I really felt a completely different way about him when they were at that reunion and there was this Quad alleged that he slammed her to the ground. He alleged that Quad stabbed him or try to not stab him. I take that back. She had a weapon of some sort and she was trying to like get at him with it. And he said that's why he allegedly slammed her to the ground. That's on that season, the last season that Dr. G was on there. So my perception of him completely changed. And that's not to say that you can't just have one big blow up in your marriage of 8 years, 7 years, 20 years, whatever, where there is some sort of physical violence. I don't think it should ever happen, never. But what I'm saying is, if it's not your norm and somebody just went off that one time, that's understandable. It's not to say that you should stay, because I certainly don't advocate for that. Because if it was me, I'm out. Because when you have to violently attack somebody, you have lost control. Be clear, you have lost control, unless you're defending yourself, right? And in his case, he's saying that he was defending himself, and she kind of said the opposite. So I don't really know exactly what happened, but from that episode, or the reunion, I just had a different outlook on him. And then Dr. Heavenly, I feel like this whole season has been throwing him under the bus. But I said that to say this: leave Sweet Tea alone. I like her. Bowdy from who was that? I'm Bowdy. Who is that? Oh, Master P. Okay, shout out to Master P. Hold on, I don't know if because Romeo, I think he's estranged from his dad. I don't know. Anyway, I like Sweet Tea because one, she's younger than everybody. I just want them to respect her, and I think it's like right now, from what I could see, it seems like zero respect, and it's sad because she's a veteran, and she's she should have some respect, more respect than these ladies are giving her. And I don't like this idea that it's like her and Dr. Heavenly going back and forth. And like I said, Dr. Heavenly is a whole messy mess. She is. And if I was her, she would get gathered. I'm not doing that with you. Like don't try me. Okay. I don't roll with bullies. I'm not gonna let you talk to me crazy. Dr. Heavenly and I probably would never see eye to eye because we not. She's a bully. Love you, Dr. Heavenly, but you are, girl. You try. So she'll bully you until you stop, and that's really basically what all bullies need. You got to stop them, otherwise they go too far, which Dr. Heavenly does. She goes too far. Um, but I will say this because I wrote this. I was like, if I was expected to have my husband's dinner ready and I work too, even if I didn't work, don't do that. Like I would love to cook for you. I'm that girl. I really am that girl. But if you have this thing where I have to do it as a part of our no, it's not. It's not a part of our marriage vows. Let's go back and revise that because we're not doing that. But if I was that girl that wanted to do it and maybe I couldn't cook because I enjoy cooking, then I'm just gonna go down to the local restaurant. I'm trying to think what's the restaurants that are Italian. My husband likes Italian food, so maybe the Macaroni Grill, maybe Maggiano's, maybe Olive Garden. That's like fake. They're all kind of like fake Italian. I love going to like little small places to see, like the hole in the walls. But I also love a good fine dining. That's probably what I would prefer. But I do like the hole in the walls, like the mom and the pop in the back where the grandma back there seasoning up the pork chops that you shouldn't be eating because she about to make smoked pork chops, so she about to make some smothered pork chops, and she making the candy yams and the cornbread. Listen, I need Granny to be in the back cooking, freezing up some, like, listen, I'm here for that. I'm here for because they never gonna pass the inspection that what's that inspection that restaurants have? Because I think Candy, one of her restaurants didn't pass it or something. They scored something they shouldn't have. But they back in action. And I support Candy because restaurant business is a very, very difficult business. I think 95% fail. So for her to be out there doing that, I'm proud of her. But yes, I like a good hole in the wall where somebody grandma back there seasoning up the greens. They putting enough sugar in the candy yams. Listen, if you trying to bake a cake and you can't use real butter, real eggs, real milk, just don't bake the cake, sis. Just don't. Because there are certain things that just leave them alone. They're supposed to be fattening and greasy or buttery. They're supposed to be those things. Like, stop eating all the other stuff. But if I ask for pound cake, that's what I want. If I ask for a peach cobbler, I'm gonna need it to be sweet. Just saying. That's just me. But that's it, y'all. I think I talked about everybody. Yeah, I talked about Phaedra. Oh, I did think this was funny because with Dr. Summer at the event that Dr. Damon and Dr. Heavenly put on the networking event I was talking to you guys about earlier, the fact that Dr. Simone clocked, she was like, I'm pretty sure that Dr. Heavenly was dressed by Phaedra. And then the shady producers flashed back to they flashed back to Dr. Heavenly being in the dressing room at wherever they were, and how Phaedra was like, "Oh, get him, Dr. Heavenly, give him hell, Dr. Heavenly." I was like, it's the shady producers for me all day long. But yeah, y'all, that's the end of the episode. Again, thank you guys for tuning in to Chanel's Reality. Like I said before, please hit the subscribe button. It's a free and easy way to support my channel. I'm just barely a little bit. I'm trying to grow my my channel, and so I would love it if you guys could subscribe. Please hit the like button. Please hit the notification button so that way anytime I make another video or if I go live, you'll be notified so you can come check us out. You can be on the panel or, get down in the chat. I do want you guys to get in the chat and tell me, what do you think about Dr. Heavenly calling out, Dr. Simone about, having the couples trip be in the place where her ex-bestie, Dr. Jackie's husband, was fooling around with the girls. That's not his wife. What do y'all think about Dr. Heavenly going in on that? What do you guys think about Phaedra and Aiden's 13th party? I thought it was so cute. I really need, chime down in the chat. Tell me, I just really need Dr. Hold on, no. Let's see. I need Dr. Simone. Cecil needs a job that we can see that he's on the job. And also Curtis, I just don't say I need Bravo, come to the front. I need for us, all of the viewers, to be able to see Dr. Jackie go on a trip, or they can bring everybody to the Dominican Republic so we can see these houses he's selling or whatever it is that he's doing over there. We need to be able to, so we can identify, because he has a sketchy past, meaning he's had some indiscretion or two, allegedly. So let the audience see what's going on down there, okay? Because I'm pretty sure there's more going on than what he's saying. Because here's the thing: anybody, man or woman, that wants to cheat, all they need is an opportunity. Be clear. They don't necessarily have to be unhappy at home. They don't necessarily maybe feel like they're disrespecting their wife or husband or whomever. It's just that opportunity. We in the same city. My wife ain't here. My husband ain't here. Whatever it is. I'm just saying that's what happens. That's all people need. And you ain't gonna be able to stop somebody from cheating if that's what they want to do. Be clear. Be very clear. Again, guys, thank you so much for tuning in to Chanel's Reality. I will see you guys next time. Please, please, please make sure you subscribe. Make sure you like the video. Make sure you share the video and hit that notification. And I'll see you guys next time on another episode of Chanel's Reality. Thanks, guys.